They cooked Tekken. Tekken his ass now, man. Tekken his ass now, man. My fault. Hey, man. Tekken. I don't. I gotta stop calling it Tekken, bro. It's Mickey 8, bro. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse 8. As y'all seen with season 2 patch, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to doom. I don't want to, be a negative Nancy, but the Tekken community is very, very upset with what's going on in the patch, right? Everybody was hoping that season 2 would be a fresh start, before TWT. Just like a nice clean slate for everything, right? Before the season started, they promised us that they would focus on defensive mechanics, right? They said they were like, hey, we heard y'all, we seen the gameplay, they get a little bit too aggressive, too much chip damage, too much shit going on, not enough like counterplay to the aggressiveness, bro. So we're gonna take a step back, we're gonna go into the lab, and we're gonna look at all the defensive options that we're gonna look at the defensive options that we could end up cooking up for season 2. So don't worry, bro. Guess what? Guess what? They lied. They lied to your face. They lied to my face. They lied to everyone's face. They didn't do any of that. Oh, okay. Let me give them some credit. Okay. They did buff sidestep. You can now sidestep to the foreground, right? So if you're on the right side and you're crouching, you can now sidestep from couch to the foreground, which is dope. Again, sidesteps. I'm not gonna lie. I have maybe 4 or 5 hours into the season. I played a lot. Even though it is Mickey Mouse, the sidestep does feel better. I'll give him that. What else? Key charge gone. Well, it's in the game. Just no longer counter hit. No more key charge setups. That's gone. You just get 150% more base damage. So imagine that on a Paul or a Lydia, bro. You're probably cooked. What else, bro? Grabs doing chip. They already addressed that, so that'll come out in a later patch. Actually, there's a new update on everything. All I have to say is that this season it's cooked. It's over, bro. There's a lot of stuff they have to go do and look at and rework, right? And the community has the right to be upset. A lot of these people are rude, though, very rude. But there is a lot of valid criticism in the community, right? In the sea of hatred that is being spewed by all these people who are very upset. But again, rightfully so. If you spent 5-10 years on this game and you see what it is now, I would understand why you are upset, bro. We're playing Party 8, bro. We're playing a party game. And not only are the things that I expressed to you guys earlier crazy, another big issue is that alongside of gutted Okhoh, characters who had really crazy stuff last season, they nerfed it. For example, Gen down 2, right? It launched you on counter hit, really good tracking, kind of hard to step, so on, right? They nerfed that move, but they gave him something even crazier to make up from it, right? So I felt like we took 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Gen is still an issue. Jack has some move where he jumps forward and does this little Hulk little monkey thing. My fault, bro, but I'm if you play Jack, you probably you're a monkey, bro. Regardless, you're a glue eater. He does this thing and he could just spam it and you can't really deal with it because he can also power crush through it. Your options are very limited to dealing with it. You could probably try to predict and float it, but it's a hard move to deal with, even for pro players. Pro players are also complaining about this, right? This is not a just get in the lab and get good. If pro players are complaining about this, then it's probably cooked. More than likely it's probably cooked. Anyway, Paul has an unblockable move. So when you're guarding against Paul and he does, I forget the inputs, but I'll put it on the screen. He does this move where you block it, and then the next move is an automatic follow up to it, and you can't block that. It's a bug. It's cooking the game. What else, man? There's so much wrong with this patch, bro. The animations look so a lot of the new moves look so jank. They look like they're from fucking Mortal Kombat, bro. There's just a lot. But all that negative stuff aside, there's some good news, okay? Harada made a tweet responding to everything, bro. Let me pull up the tweet. It's a tweet, but it's probably best if we go back up and see where, get more context, right? So let's scroll up. So Drag said, he added Harada and Makamori. He's just wanted to say, through all the negativity and internet overreacting, that Tekken 8 is the most fun I've been having with the series in some time, so thank you guys for your work. Micah responds, glad to hear that. Yeah, people can be rude, but still gonna search through all the feedback and ports a balancing team. Hopefully we can find a more middle ground where more legacy fans are excited about the game too. And I assume he got a bunch of negative feedback on that. People are saying that they're very selective who they respond to. They're never responding to like the people who are giving like valid criticisms and pointing out details of what's wrong with it. They're never responding to that, which, you know, I understand that they wouldn't want to respond to all the negative stuff because there's usually a lot of negative feedback. That's like, I feel like as a content creator or just someone in general, I feel like you get more of a reaction off of people being negative than being positive, I guess. He goes on to say, okay, you guys read too much into a single word. Legacy equals longtime fans of the series, meaning listening to what they like about the series which they feel is no longer there. You guys really trying to talk shit. Brian says, this is the importance of doing regular updates and changes year round. You hype guys hype it up, then are rude to the actual community that cares about the game and willing to spend money to keep it going and be happy. Then you guys wonder why the only 3D fighting game with no competition should be doing way better instead of where it's at. Oh, but yes, let's be rude by being upset about the current state of the game. It's not good. You sound like a parent that gets upset at your child being reasonable and calling it disrespect. I agree with everything he said. I'm not gonna lie. Then this guy says, this is what Harada responds to. People who respond tagging the devs in tweets, calling them, you know, redacted, and a bunch of other slander is not respectful, bro. There's plenty of shit to shovel in their mission. Twitter Tekken is so entitled, it's crazy. And I guess I also agree with that too, because, you know, there's a lot of people who are just straight up being extremely rude. But I feel like there's been core members in the community who have been always positive and always willing to like have a conversation about the state of the game that you never really see them interact with. I don't think I've ever seen Harada or Michael Murray interact with Speed Kicks, Joka, BDX, Kwis, just all of the top big players. I don't think I've ever seen an interaction between those like people who have given like valid feedback. But I mean, what do I know? I'm not always on the internet, so that could be a lot of cases that I miss. Anyway, Harada says, I understand that whatever words I may be accused by the community about it, that is not essentially the issue, and it is not the time to worry about it. Okay? We have our battle and tuning team working around the clock to read through all the feedback logs from the community and work on our future policies and changes for the better. Thanks. So this is good to hear, right? Changes are happening. There's already a patch that I think Tekken actually talked about. Let's go to it. That they made a statement on. So that's cool, right? I do think, again, no real like, oh yeah, sorry for not listening, you guys. Like, you know, they didn't really like acknowledge that. You won't get an apology out a lot of the times out of this company, but I do think that response is very professional. It makes sense, and like they are listening to the feedback, even though it feels like they're not listening. This is way better than other games, right? Where like the devs just kind of ignore the whole community and let them deal with it. You get me? I feel like Street Fighter's like that. Fighters was definitely like that. If you played Dragon Ball Fighters, bro, and you were complaining about the season and you wanted changes to happen, they were not listening to you motherfuckers, bro. Y'all motherfuckers. I remember Fighters, fellas, they went 2-3 years without anything about rollback, bro. Or was it like 2 years without rollback? Then they dropped rollback, game was fucked up. Anyway, Tekken, the official Twitter account, said, Fighters, we are aware of the current community feedback regarding Tekken 8 Season 2. We're carefully reviewing the balancing of the game. Expect more information about these changes soon. In addition, an emergency patch will be released in April to address the following issues. And then this just goes over like the issues with the game so far. And like, you know, what I was telling you guys about earlier. Paul's Hammer of the Gods resulted in a guaranteeing follow-up on block, which was not intended. The unblockable thing I was telling you. A Jack 8 jab's elbow makes some noise. When blocking, the third hit is interruptible. So these are the two problem characters. They go on. They say, The cause of the two high priority issues shown in the image have been identified and fixed are currently underway. Additionally, we are also working on identifying and fixing the causes of other behavior related characters issues and malfunctions in the options setting. Emerging patch 2.00.02 is scheduled for release in mid to late April. Yeah, and if it's an emergency patch, it would make more sense for it to be coming out in within a week. Uh, but I'm not a developer, right? I'm not sure how this stuff works. I'm not sure if they have to like. I feel like when the update happens, you have to let every platform know, right? Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. They probably can't just drop patches whenever they want, compared to like PC games strictly on PC where they can just drop whatever. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a dev. I'm not sure how it works. I do wish this patch would come sooner, but it is what it is. Even after the release of 2.0.0.0 blah, 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 we will continue to carefully review and respond to feedback from the community. We'll provide details, information, and release date as soon as they are confirmed. Thank you for your patience. So yeah, y'all, we're not seeing that update until probably like, I'm not gonna lie, I would guess like 2 weeks into April. This month just started, so a lot of people are gonna have to deal with this. You're gonna have to suck it up and play the game, or uninstall the game, or yeah, bro. It's definitely a tough time if you're someone who's competing, because it's like I don't even know if you should learn this version of the game because the shit might get reverted back. But who's to say, man? All I know is that it does suck. Seeing my game turn out to this, I have like almost 500 hours in this game. I play a lot of Tekken, and the game is really fun. But I'm not gonna take it seriously, at least not this season. I'm just gonna play Clive and just do Mickey Mouse stuff until until they fix stuff. I do want to learn the rain and stuff because all their new routes and stuff look cool, but again, what's the point of me learning this stuff where stuff is potentially could change? I don't know if they're gonna take away the new moves. Obviously, they spend a lot of development time and probably money on the new moves, but a lot of the systems could change, and that could affect Reina. So I don't want to learn her right now. I'm just gonna be Mickey Mouse with Clive, do my counter, do my fucking Scorpion grab from full range, and go off, bruh. So yeah. With that all being said, thank you guys for listening to me ramble for so long. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, bro. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Be safe. All that good stuff. また夜が明ければお別れ夢は遠き幻にあなたを追いかけていて